Yeah? You like that? I've never had to do this before, so you're learning right along with me. Hey friends, welcome back to the Homestead. Have you ever thought to yourself that older and wiser me will be able to handle this much better than me right now? I have those moments often, and often they don't work out exactly how I thought. But sometimes they do. And this is not one of those times. So I am older and wiser now, but my wisdom told me that I should have taken care of this a long time ago. I did a no-no. I did not properly close the pool down like I should have last year. I kept putting it off, and then one day it was just too late. Water ended up leaking into the pool pump that I hadn't disconnected properly, and it ended up freezing apart and cracking it. So we're gonna JB weld that sucker back together and see if maybe we can avoid having to spend another like 150, 200 bucks on a pool pump, at least to get things circulating and start to clean the pool up so that we can be prepared for summer. Because that's not a job for older and wiser Chafin. I think that's a job for Chafin right now. So I'll show you what happened. So water leaked down into this little hose and filled it up, which filled up this tank and actually ended up, I don't know if you can see it, splitting it right there. One day I came out here and water was just spewing out of this and I had to retighten all that down. I think we can just take that apart and JB weld it and it'll all be in good shape. So we'll disconnect this, take it in the mini barn and see what we can do to fix it. You can probably see it a little bit better in here. Just this little crack right there, which is causing the problem. I'll take this apart and clean it up. Put some JB weld on it and get it back to going good as new. We kept it going pretty much all summer long, and as long as we changed out the filters and cleaned them, it did a really good job of keeping our pool nice and clean all season long. We can see the crack is going all the way through on the inside there, but it looks like it goes all the way around the bottom too. So this little guy on the bottom, this might have something to do with it. That looks encouraging. Okay, and then that looks like it kind of locks into place there. Maybe we just take this puppy, turn it, yeah? You like that? And then just slide it out. Oh, like that, just like that. Nifty. All right, so we managed to get the filter holding tank off there. Actually pretty simple to do. It had this large nut that was screwed onto the bottom of this on there. Once I got that undone, simply just turned it. It's got a little locking mechanism that slid into there, turned it and then slid it out, and these gaskets just kind of held it tight up against the pump itself. So we will we'll get this cleaned up and then see if we can JB weld that crack. It seems to go all the way around the bottom here and down to there. Hello, chickens. All right. So now we got this thing nice and cleaned up. Let's see what we need to do with this whole JB weld stuff. Instructions. Prepare, mix, apply, dry. 4 to 6 hours. Okay. All right, so what I think that we're gonna do with this, because I can't separate this now that it's back together, we'll mix up the JB weld and then we'll just apply a coat to the outside edge from this side, and then from the inside edge we'll do the same thing and see if we can get it to good, seal up. It says it should dry in 4 to 6 hours and cure in 15 to 24. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to plug it in and have some water circulating. All right. So it says apply equal parts. Epoxy seal hardener, epoxy seal resin. So I'll just take, of course, we gotta pop that little hole open there. We'll just put a generous amount of that right there. The same amount thereabouts of that right there. Now let's see if I can mix this together. I've never had to do this before, so you're learning right along with me. Now this JB Weld is made for marine applications and plumbing applications, so it should be perfect for what we're trying to accomplish here. Sealing up this water holding tank. We don't have much pressure that'll be going through it, just a little bit. But it does say it's good for up to like 5,400 PSI. That side done. Kind of like that. It's not going very well. It's kind of far away. Let's get more on there. Okay, well that does look like we've got all the cracked areas covered up inside and out with the JB Weld. We'll see how well that holds. Alright, so it's been more than 24 hours now. Our JB Weld hopefully has all cured and is going to hold tightly. So it's all really hard. It's not tacky anymore at all. So we'll get all this put back together and see if it actually holds. This guy goes in here like this. And then just turns down like that. And then got this little nut. Screws on the bottom and hold it down. Voila! This hose here. It's not leaking. Now it's leaking. Okay. That didn't work. Fail. Okay. So last ditch effort before we go buy a new pump. We're gonna try to do a little bit better JB Weld on that. I was concerned it might have been a little too thin. So we'll put a thicker little coating on it.
You weren't. Like just less than 5 minutes ago you said to me, it'll hold. I'm confident. I know it'll hold.
Well, I said that, trying to tell myself that. But, okay. Alright. Take two. Okay, so when at first you don't succeed, try bigger. I think I figured out the problem and why this did not actually take completely. I put a very thin layer of JB Weld on there, and the way that JB Weld works, it welds things together. And so what I did is I put a coat over the top of it. There wasn't really enough JB Weld to hold together on the outside or on the inside, and so that little crack just continued to split apart. And because I couldn't get JB Weld in between the crack itself, it had nothing to hold on to. So what I think is going to work this time is I'm going to put a lot more JB Weld coating the outside so there's a thick layer around it, and then I'm gonna put not as thick of a layer but somewhat of a thick layer on the inside as well, and hopefully that'll give the JB Weld enough room to actually bond to itself as well as the plastic. So we're gonna get this dried up and then mix up some more JB Weld and see if we can apply it in a thick and liberal manner. So we're gonna let this dry and cure overnight, and then we'll plug it back into the pool and see how it works in the morning. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have all of the leaks sealed up and we'll be able to get that pool water circulating through a filter so that we can get the pool ready for summertime coming up quite quickly, actually. All right, friends, it's the next day. All of the JB Weld has cured on the pump, and we're gonna see if the third time is the charm. So as you can see, I got it all nice and wet, filling it up. I keep forgetting to put this top on. Make sure you put the top on. Just click the button. Look there. It does look like it's got, nope, that's just the JB Weld. No leaks? No leaks.
Is it blowing water? It doesn't look like it's blowing water anymore.
Yep. Water is circulating. Now we don't have a filter in it right now. What we're doing is we're just going to circulate some shock in there so we can kind of get the water clean, and then we can get in there with a brush and a vacuum and clean up the bottom, make it all nice and pretty, and then we'll start treating it and filtering it and all that good stuff, getting it ready. Super excited. Pool season is coming up. Thank you guys for watching me fail many times, but hey, we did succeed. We successfully repaired the pool pump after we left it out all winter. It froze, it broke, but we were able to fix it. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. If you thought this video was entertaining or informative in any way, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, feel free to subscribe, see more of what we have going on here on the homestead, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.